Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. A bunch of things to talk about. The transfer window, Mason Greenwood, Van der Beek, Middlesbrough on Friday. Very busy schedule coming up in February and March. But before that, please make sure to like and subscribe. Click on the bell down below so you can get notifications when I release my videos. Guys, let's get straight into it. That Mason Greenwood situation, one thing I want to talk about very briefly, not too much about it, but one thing I will say is that I'm really disgusted with Mason Greenwood and clearly the illegal stuff he's been up to in the last few years when he's been with his partner, right? And that voice, I mean, that voice recording that came out was kind of crazy. And, you know, people were questioning if it was Mason Greenwood. It is Mason Greenwood. It sounds like Mason Greenwood. You clearly hear her saying Mason, Mace, whatever. But one thing I do want to say is that I find it very appalling what her dad came out with. And he had said how he had said something around the lines of, you know, we had told her to take it down. Oh, but at this point it's too late. And from the comments that he said, it sounds very, very disgusting. And it seems like he wanted to keep it quiet. And, you know, of course he didn't know apparently. But even apparently she had said she's very upset because she didn't want it released and how her phone had been hacked or something like that. And regardless of any of that, you know, Mason Greenwood should not be doing all of this nonsense. I mean, it's crazy. The pictures that were released was mad. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And Sunday morning when it got released, I mean, no one saw this coming. Mason Greenwood, someone who's 20 years old, someone who just turned 20, who has a whole career in front of him, a waste of a talent, a waste of a career. A lot of people saying he's a generational talent. He's going to be one of the best strikers in the Premier League. I can't believe it, honestly. And look, I don't want to make this as an excuse to why Greenwood shouldn't play, but Greenwood shouldn't have even been playing months ago, in my opinion. But when I look at it from a football sense, one thing I will say, it will finally give Sancho his chance on a right wing to play 5, 6, 7 games in a row, without Ranić making a silly choice of playing Greenwood on the right wing. And I know I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, thank God this has happened because now he doesn't play, because it's disgusting. But honestly, apparently now Greenwood has been released on bail, suspicion of assault and threatened to kill as well. I mean, honestly, I have no idea what to think, but we need to see what happens in that situation. I don't want to talk much about it, but guys, let's talk about something else. Transfer window, we got no one in, and I got to say, I was surprised, but at the same time, I wasn't. We fully expected Van der Beek to go. I thought he was going to go to Palace. That Everton move was an interesting one. Vieira really wanted Van der Beek, and I'm pretty surprised he went to Everton, especially when at the time the manager hadn't been decided. Of course, there's Frank Lampard now. Van der Beek will play first team football. I'm really excited to see him at Everton for the rest of the season. Now, with Greenwood gone, where does this leave us? You've got Elanga, Rashford, Ronaldo, Cavani, Sancho, and probably Lingard will be implemented in one of the striking roles on the right wing, the left wing, maybe even the striker position, but most likely on the right wing, I would say, for Lingard. Again, with Van der Beek gone, it's not like we can say, oh, how could you get rid of Van der Beek? You know, we didn't use him. You know what I mean? And he needs to develop himself into a player that we basically saw when he first came to us, a player who most likely going to play in the number 10, number 8 position, who's very, very gifted. I mean, Van der Beek, I mean, at Ajax, he was absolutely immense. He lived in the box. He was scoring goals. He was assisting. It'll be interesting at Everton to see how he does. But look, we're short in the midfield. McFred, Matic, Mata, Lingard. I really think Lingard's going to be implemented as a right winger during the rest of the season. I think Lingard will get game time. Our midfield is not good enough. It wasn't even good enough when Van der Beek was there because he wasn't even used, so we never got to see how good he actually was. I'm shocked in a way that we didn't get a midfielder. I mean, we let go of Martial. Ahmad went to Rangers. I think that's a great move for Ahmad, by the way. Scored his first goal the other day. And Van der Beek went. Henderson was close to going. Phil Jones was close to going at the end of the transfer window. Guys, let's be honest. I mean, we're not getting top 4. And as much as I would say, you know, Champions League, you never know. I do believe that there's a chance in the Champions League. And people might be thinking, how do you think you have a chance in the Champions League versus PSG versus Man City further down, Bayern Munich, you know, all of these other teams. And for me, it's more one of them things where I think, you know, these are 2 games that we play home and away where we can be quite lucky. Ronaldo's Mr. Champions League, got De Gea, one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now. Varane, I mean, we've got a lot of experienced players in our team as much as we have younger players, and we've got ballers in our team. And what we've seen this season, even games that we shouldn't have won, we've won it out of pure individualism, player brilliance, not necessarily playing well as a team. The Atalanta game earlier on in the season, both games, you know, those games earlier on in the Champions League, we didn't win because we were the better team. It's because we had pure quality players, not because we played brilliant as a team, not because we pressed amazingly, not because we played this quick football, amazing creativity. It wasn't that. It was, we had players stepping up when we really needed them. Ronaldo, and guys, what can I say? I think there is a chance in the Champions League and FA Cup. And I can't wait for the Friday game. It's been a while since we have some football and we have busy periods coming up now. So it'll be interesting. And going into the March games, I'm really, really excited to see how the team is going to do. Because a lot of games coming up. We have a couple games every 3 days. If we get injuries, we're not going to be in a good spot. We're not going to be in a good spot. It only takes one injury for McTominay and Fred to be out, which are clearly going to be the players who are going to be implemented. Pogba in the midfield, how can I forget about him? He's going to be implemented. However, it could be a case where I see Ranić using Pogba on the left like Oli did. Honestly, I do think so. I think we're lacking that defensive midfielder that we've been lacking for a very long time. And he might just play Pogba on the left. Honestly, he might play Pogba on the left. He might play him in the midfield. Maybe play a Scott McTominay in that defensive midfielder role with a Pogba and Bruno. But we already know, defensively will be shocking. We've seen Pogba's vulnerability and Bruno's vulnerability in the defensive aspect of their game, and very sloppy when it comes to defensive work. Not great tacklers of the ball. We've seen it this season, even when Pogba, I think his last game was at Atalanta, where he played absolutely terribly. Kept losing the ball in the opposition box. Holds on way too long on the ball, and look, I hope Pogba comes back and he plays great like he did in the first couple of games versus Leeds and Newcastle and that. So, guys, in terms of, let me go straight back to the transfer window, right? Zakaria to Juve, we bottled that transfer. Kamara was offered to us. Fabrizio Romano had mentioned to us, had mentioned to people on Twitter how we did get offered Kamara, but Man United did not respond positively to that offer. And it kind of shocks me how you're getting rid of Van de Beek. Lingard was very close to going to Newcastle. Look, I think if we had gotten rid of Lingard, we probably would have got a midfielder. And look, I don't want to say Lingard should have went, but he should have went because he's not going to play. He probably will play now because Greenwood is not going to play for the rest of the season, most likely. Man could be in jail and that. So look, in terms of Lingard, I think he's going to be implemented in one of the wing positions. I think he's going to be playing as a right winger. He's going to give Sancho competition, but he's really not. I think Sancho is going to cement his place for the rest of the season. On the left wing, I think that battle between Rashford and Elanga will be interesting. And look, guys, it's the same thing. Is it really a surprise? Yes and no. It's one of them things with, did we expect the board? And look, I think Ranić really wanted a midfielder. We had December, a lot of talks with Hadara and Kamara. Even in the last week, he had talks of Pelinha from Sporting and Ruben Neves. And look, a lot of teams didn't do business. Arsenal didn't do business. I fully expected them to do. They let Aubameyang go. Come on, that's your captain. I know he's been poor this season, but come on. What can I say? That's Arsenal's business. But in terms of us, where do I see us ending this season, guys? I fully expect us to not get top four. I do, however, think we'll have a chance in the FA Cup and Champions League. We've got fantastic quality players, and guys, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for these games coming up, and I just hope Ranić does a good job. I honestly, this situation with Ranić and becoming manager, I think the only way he becomes manager is if we get top four, and if we get one of FA Cup and Champions League. I do not see him getting the job. Do I want him to get the job? Not really. Look, if he does well, everyone can change their minds. Everyone might be saying, no, he hasn't done enough now. But look, if it comes towards the end of the season and he does a good job, people are going to be like, yeah, he might as well stay because he's been with the team. Even though he didn't sign anyone in January, he might sign a couple players in the summertime. And he's going to get good players. Ranić is not going to want to be spending stupid money. Of course, Declan Rice is always going to be an option in defensive midfield role. But, guys, let's see what happens. Let me know what you thought of the transfer window. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm nervous about the rest of the season. Arsenal are not in Europe. Tottenham have got a couple games in hand on us. Guys, let's hope we do well for the rest of the season. But guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the transfer window. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic week. Let's see what happens with the Middlesbrough game. Expecting a big win, but I'll do a preview separately for that game. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.